Hey y'all, what's up? It's Alicia. Welcome back to my channel. So I am excited about today's video. It is going to be a makeup tutorial, but a super duper simple makeup tutorial. I have been getting requests to do like my just typical natural everyday makeup look. And to be completely honest with you guys, I don't wear makeup very often. You guys know I'm more about skin. So I let my skin breathe like almost every day. But there are certain days where I want to jazz it up just a little bit and like add just a hint of makeup. So today's video is going to be all about how I do like my just everyday go-to makeup whenever I do wear makeup. So let's go ahead and get right into it. You guys can see I'm starting off with a bare face, clean face. I haven't moisturized, haven't done anything. So this is what you guys see as my clean slate. So first things first, I'm going to moisturize, and today I'll be using the Pixi Rose Ceramide Cream. This is their intensive moisturizer. I'm going to take a little bit of moisturizer. I don't use too much because honestly, like a little bit goes a long way with this moisturizer. Like it truly is an intense moisturizer. So just gonna blend that all in. I make sure to get under my eyes. Everywhere, especially where I get dry, I have to add moisturizer. I don't care how hot it is outside, this step is a must. Next, I'm going to add my primer. I like to use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This has been clutch, like all summer long. It really does a good job of keeping my like oily T-zone area matte. So I have been loving it. I just take like a pump or so of the grip primer and now just add it to my T-zone. And I pretty much just pat it in. I don't do too much with this step, but I do like to pat it in. I feel like it works a lot better whenever I pat it in instead of like rubbing it in. It just doesn't give the same effect. So I definitely like to pat my primer in. It also helps with like concealing large pores. I personally have large pores, so this does help with that as well. And I'm also going to add that primer to my nose as well as my chin. All right, so our base is done. I'm going to let that primer set for a few minutes, and while I do that, I'm going to tackle my brows. Now for my brows, I have gotten microblading, which I 10 out of 10, 100% recommend getting. If you are willing to invest in like bomb brows every day, literally like the most life-changing thing I have ever gotten, and it makes like my makeup even easier to do. So here I am just kind of like brushing my brow hairs in place. I really don't fill them in because they just look bomb like already, but I am going to highlight them a bit using the Anastasia Pro Pencil. It's their eyeshadow primer and color corrector pencil, and it is in the color Base 3. And all I do is just kind of highlight under my brow. So I'm pretty much just taking the pencil and going like right under my brow. And I really just do this step to make the brows look a little bit cleaner, because I definitely need to get my brows threaded. There's like hair growing like totally not in my brow. So this helps them to look a little bit cleaner during this like transitioning phase with like my crazy brow hairs. And I'm just taking a like flat eyebrow brush and cleaning up that brow pencil. Of course, we don't want like that distinct line right there. That just looks crazy. So you want to blend it in. And this just helps everything look a little bit cleaner, and it makes the brows pop just a little bit more. And so now we are going to go into the face, and the face I personally feel like is pretty simple. So what I like to do is I will first apply concealer. And for my concealer, I'm going to be using the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser. It's just this concealer here. And I'm using one that's like slightly lighter than my skin tone. I'm gonna mix the color Sand and the color Deep Honey together. And you guys will see why I add my concealer first. You guys will see in a second. But first, I like to add a few dots of the color Sand. And then I will add a few dots of the color Deep Honey. And you guys will see I don't add a lot of concealer. Like, it's still pretty light. And that's because I don't want like a full face. I don't want anything like crazy. I want to keep the overall look still natural. Just, again, trying to add a little oomph, but nothing too crazy. I want to still look like myself. I want to still feel comfortable. I want for my makeup to still, you know, be wearable and just not too heavy. It's too hot for all that. So this is about as good as it's going to get for me. I can already see a difference too. It adds a little bit of highlight, but nothing too crazy. And then I will add a little bit of concealer to my chin area, as well as my forehead. And this concealer, y'all, blends out so well. Like, whenever I first tried it, I was amazed by how well it blends and lasts all day. It's so good. So again, take my beauty blender and just blend this all out. And if you want, if you're like really into it, you can always like color correct and all that. I personally like hardly ever color correct. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And I just don't care that much. But if you really do feel the need to color correct, you can always do that as well before you add your concealer. I just never feel like doing that step. So, all right. So we have all of our concealer blended in. I can already see a difference already. Things are starting to look a little bit brighter, a little more awake. All right, next I'm going to add just a hint of foundation, y'all. And I'll be using the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Rare Foundation in the shade 460 Suede W. But how I apply it is I take like a pump on my finger and I just like dab it in the areas that I think need a little bit more coverage. I don't apply a heavy layer at all. I just like add a couple of dots and then I will blend it in with my concealer. So I'm hiding a little bit of my imperfections, but you can kind of see them still poking through just a little bit. But this does give a little bit more of a flawless finish, but still keeping it very lightweight, pretty minimal, and very breathable. Like, it does not feel heavy at all. And this just helps to blend everything in, so your concealer isn't just like sitting there and it's like looking crazy. All right, so we got our foundation blended in, our concealer blended in. Next, I'm going to set my concealer, and I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. My go-to powder. This works wonders. I'm not sure if I'll ever get rid of this powder. Like, it's so good, y'all. So good. And I can't forget my forehead because that area definitely gets a little bit more oily. So I went ahead and set my concealer. Next, I'm going to quickly dust that all off with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Powder Foundation. And this is in the shade Classic Tan. Love this stuff. It gives a great finish. Great finish. All right, we are almost done, you guys. Almost done. So I always just love to bronze. That will forever be my thing. And so for my bronzer, I'll be using the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in the shade Deep. This is how it looks. And this is just a good like bronzer to set your face with. It's super lightweight as well. And I love how it has kind of like a pearly finish. So like the bronze on your skin, it just makes everything like glow. It's so beautiful, y'all. So, and for this, I'm being somewhat light-handed. I'm not going crazy at all. Pretty light-handed here. I just want to add some warmth to the skin. I think this step is a must, and that's just my personal opinion. I feel like you really can't like do makeup without adding some type of like bronzer or like contour, because your face will look super flat if you don't do some kind of like bronzing. It's just adding like more warmth back to the skin. I love it. Oh. All right, and then add a little bit of bronzer to the bridge of my nose. I'm gonna add a little bit of bronzer to like the crease of my eyes, and this is like 10 seconds. I just like to add a little bit of warmth back to my eyes because it was looking a little bit too flat for me. All right. Now, highlight is of course always optional, like whatever your heart desires. Today, I feel like adding a little bit of highlight. So I am using the Wet n Wild's highlighting powder in the shade. What shade is this? Golden Flower Crown. It's super pretty. Add it to the high points of my cheeks just to give it a nice little glow, nothing too crazy. And a little bit does go a long way, so you don't need to use a lot at all. You guys see that? Look at that glow. Ooh, I love it. I love it. All right, so that's pretty much it, y'all, for like the face. I'm pretty much done. I'm going to add something to my lips. I think I want to do, okay, who am I kidding? I want to do a nude lip. That never changes. So first I'm going to take the NYX lip liner in the shade brown and line my lips. All right. And then for my lipstick, I think I'm gonna do this lipstick here. It's by Laura Mercier, and this is how the color looks. It is the shade Coral Claire. It's just like one of their matte lipsticks. And I'm going to add that to my lips. I'm gonna blend that in. All right, so our lips are done. As you guys can see, it's just a pretty like neutral nude color lip, nothing crazy there. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Oh wait, nope, we're almost done. Cannot forget mascara. So for my mascara, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara in the shade Carbon Black. And then I'm also going to go in with the Maybelline Total Temptation Mascara. I love this like duo. My lashes always look bomb after I use both. All right, y'all, so that is it for my like everyday makeup look. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. If you guys did, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you guys don't miss any other videos, and also give this video a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Again, this is like my everyday makeup look, natural, fresh, but a little bit of something, okay? A little bit of something, a little bit of glam, but not too crazy. So yeah. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, I love y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will talk to y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.